going on, everybody out there? This is Popular Stranger, and we are back at you again today with another Madden 22 Ultimate Team video. In today's video, we're going over the top 5 tight ends in MUT 22. This is your October update. We've been doing these videos over the last couple weeks. In the comment section, I need you to let me know what position do you want me to cover next, and also let me know who you are rocking at tight end. We're going to get into our top 5. We're also going to go over a couple budget items. If you guys find this video helpful, make sure you go ahead and click that thumbs up. And if you're here looking for more Madden Ultimate Team videos on ways to make your team better, to understand the game mode just in general, and you're not subscribed, do me a favor, go ahead and click that subscribe button. Make sure you turn that notification bell on so you never miss an upload. Let's start by going over 2 budget items as far as the best tight ends in the game. And number 1, this is an extremely super duper budget item. Noah Fant, 82 overall. This is for the Gridiron Guardians promo that's going on right now. He's only about 9K, so you can get this card for under 10,000 coins. Super duper budget. Listen, this is all we're really going to get from this card. When it comes to tight ends, this is what we're looking for. We're looking for height, speed, catching traffic, and mid route running. Those are the most important attributes for a tight end. He has a couple of them covered, I think, for the price. Can't go wrong. 87 speed, 6'4". His catching traffic, not very good at 76. 83 catches, not bad for an 82 overall. His medium route running, not good at all, 73. But for the price, if you're really on a budget and you need a new tight end, this guy's tall and fast, and that's usually a great formula in MUT 22. The second budget tight end on our list here is Ultimate Kickoff Gerald Everett. 6'3", 86 speed. Now, you could have earned this card for free during the UK promo, and you might even have it on your squad. Not a bad item. You can use these cards too, like these budget ones we're taking a look at, as a second tight end there if you run any 2 tight end sets. But he has 85 catching, 87 catching traffic. Just mid route running is a little lackluster. This card is pretty affordable at about 70K. The only thing I would say is at this price range, we're going to get into our top 5 right away because there's not any other budget items other than Everett and Noah Fant. If you got the 70K to spend on this one, you might as well take the card that's coming at number 5 on our list. For about 20K more, maybe even less depending on the time of the day, you can pick up 89 overall Veterans Jimmy Graham, 6'7". That's right, 6'7", 87 speed. His catch is 89. Catching traffic is 88. The only thing that's lackluster on this card is his mid route running. But if we're factoring in all of the important attributes for a tight end plus the cost, I mean, I could make a case for this card being number 1 on the list because you can get it for under 100K. He's tall, he's fast, he can catch. The route running is probably the only disappointing thing on there. As far as abilities go, that's going to prevent him from getting tight end apprentice, which is one of my favorite abilities for a tight end. But he can get deep in elite, deep out elite, mid out and in, which is important, short out and in, and also matchup nightmare. As far as the best abilities go for a tight end, you're probably going to want to go with either matchup nightmare, tight end apprentice, which we're going to see in a moment here with some of these other cards, and then probably like the short in and out and the mid in and out route ability. So Jimmy Graham can get the majority of them, and he's really cheap, really good option for you guys. And like I said, as far as pricing goes, super affordable. On PlayStation, averaging about 76K. He's right around 90K right now at the time we're doing this video. On Xbox, about 80K, and then on PC, he's running about 83K. Just really good option as far as it comes to the abilities plus the cost. The brand new team of the week for week number 4, Antonio Gates, is number 4 on our list. And from an ability standpoint, like the attributes, the things this card can do on the field, could be top 2 maybe in there, right? Really good card. The only reason he's a little further down on the list and coming in at number 4 is the pricing on this card is much more expensive than the other cards that are in the top 5. But 6'4", 87 speed, catching traffic and catch both at a 90. He also has mid route running at 90. So he's pretty much doing everything that we need there, right? And the abilities on this card are pretty good as well. He's going to get all of the in and out elites that we are looking for. He can actually get slot apprentice, which is kind of funny for a tight end to get, but he also gets tight end apprentice. My face cam is blocking that for 2 ability points. He can get tight end apprentice, which allows you to change hot routes, gives you 4 additional hot routes for your tight end, and of course he also has matchup nightmare. Like I said though, the only thing that's kind of separating him from the others is the price. More expensive, because he's a newer card as well. 289K on PC, on PlayStation running about 279K, and finally on Xbox he's going for about 276K. So pretty close to 300K for this card. Really, really good, but costs more than all of the others on our list. In at number 3 was probably the best tight end early in the game, and I mean, he's still extremely good, and that is the rookie premier Kyle Pitts. The only problem with this card is that there's going to be not a ton of them on the auction house. They're still at affordable prices, so that's good, but it could be hard to find this card at times, and I tell you, whenever he gets another upgrade, it's probably going to go back to being the best tight end in the game. 6'6", so super tall, 88 speed, really fast. The catch and traffic, not great, 84 and 83, and then the mid route running, 80, not as good as well, but this card just straight up performs. I never even actually used it, but I went against it a ton of times. Very tough to cover. The height, the speed, people utilize this card very well, and just for that, we got to put him in our top 3. Probably kind of phasing out, right? But whenever he gets a new upgrade, gonna be a great card. The abilities are a little bit of a, down factor on here. The only ones that he can get are the deep in and out, the mid in and out, and the short in and out. Well, I take that back. He can get matchup nightmare as well. So, got solid abilities there. And then as far as pricing goes, on Xbox, about 120K. That's pretty cheap, honestly. On PlayStation, 118K, and on PC, 230K. Not as many players on PC, so that's probably why that card is overly expensive. But I think on your consoles, Xbox and PlayStation, that's a pretty good price for Kyle Pitts. Coming in at number 2 and currently my tight end on my squad is Ozzie Newsome, team of the week. I believe this is from week number 2. 6'2", so he's a little shorter than I think every other tight end that we've taken a look at, but he is fast with the 88 speed. Catching is at 87, catching traffic at 90, and the mid route running is at 91. Now, I know last year when it came to mid route running and tight ends, they would just get better separation, mostly against man coverage, and like crossing routes would run a little bit deeper if they had over that 90 mid route running. So that's something that I like and I'm looking for because I do rock tight end apprentice on this card. And for those reasons, I think he's a really good option coming in at number 2. Also pretty affordable, right? To be one of the top tight ends in the game, he's a lot cheaper than what we saw with Antonio Gates. As far as abilities go, he can get all of your in and outs, he can get matchup nightmare, he can get tight end apprentice, and like I mentioned earlier with the pricing on this card, PC overly expensive, 290K. On the consoles though, under 100K. On PlayStation you can see him at about 190K, and then on Xbox also about 190K, so he's under that 200K range. I think he's slightly better than Antonio Gates, aside from not being as tall, but obviously a lot cheaper, and that's why Ozzie Newsome is number 2 on our list. And number 1, probably no surprise here, Veterans Jared Cook. This card actually just came out yesterday. 6'5", 89 speed. I believe he's the fastest tight end in the game. 88 catching, 88 catching traffic, 88 mid route running. So just super balanced across the board. He's tall, he's fast, and he can get all of the abilities that we're looking for in a tight end there. So Jared Cook, very good price as well on this card. He's got all of your in and outs. He's got your matchup nightmare. He's got your tight end apprentice. He can also get slot-o-matic as well. Red zone threat is another one we haven't talked about. And the pricing's been a little up and down on this card, but it feels like it's settled in now. Under 200K, well under 200K on Xbox, about 167K on PlayStation, 161, and on PC, 211. Of course, PC is usually going to be a little bit more expensive than others. And those are your top 5 tight ends in the game. A couple cards we didn't mention. John Mackey is another really good option. Under 200K. We just didn't find room for him on our top 5, but John Mackey's a good one. And Darren Waller's another one. Now, tomorrow, Series Redux cards will be coming out. Darren Waller was left off of the list because he has a limited card and it's super expensive. But when his Redux comes out tomorrow on Friday, which would be October 8th, if you're watching this video after this point, that card will probably become affordable, and at that point I would probably throw him in my top 5 there, but still a really good card nonetheless. And those are your top 5 tight ends in MUT 22. Thank you guys for tuning in. My name is Popular Stranger. I'm out. Peace.